Oh, it's good to be back, and I have something new to share with you, and a massive tool to drop, really. I'm talking about Double Diamond 2.0 by Design Council. It's been 2 whole decades of us designers, researchers, systems thinkers, product people using Double Diamond in daily decisions and how we approach big, challenging problems so we can come up with some sort of solutions. And there are a few key messages from the Design Council. One, the Double Diamond is linear, and while the diamonds were conceived to be scalable horizontally and vertically, they still pretty much describe an idea funnel that transmutes questions into solutions. And 2, the Design Council itself has recognized that we need to put down the old Double Diamond and bring in a new one, the Systemic Design Framework. And if you are not aware of a Double Diamond, by the way, check my other video. But this is exactly what it describes, where you have discovery, definition, development, and delivery. And meanwhile, you try to converge and diverge on different means. So let's say from discovery, you start at the one point, and then you kind of go in all the different directions. And until you get to the definition, let's say that first segment, then you start converging and laser focus on one to prototype and test your idea. But it has always been super static, and that's how people usually address it. They address it in kind of linear fashion and think even that you must spend the same exact time in every single segment, which is definitely not right. That's why you have so many different budding versions of that. In the last decade or so, I've seen triple diamond, and I've seen diamonds which merge, diamonds which kind of circle back, which was a good symptom that we need something more fluid for us to kind of reflect and go back and, fix our mistakes ultimately, because we cannot solve today's or tomorrow's issues with the same tools we applied before. Even if by definition, of course, you're never going to escape kind of workflows to good design. This is slightly different, I guess, but it's taking the Double Diamond into more strategic realms. And every single challenge we're going to take on today or tomorrow are going to become even more complex because we're building upon the same existing systems. Make sure to check out the podcast I had with Kevin Richards on that. How big systems, we have a lot of interlinking parts, and old systems at that are more robust because it's so much harder to tweak and work with them, or it's so much hard to actually change them or innovate on them. And user experience is a change management role, so you always want to change these systems and these big products or services, whatever you're going to take. We need to kind of step back and prepare that each and every challenge from today is going to be a complex challenge. Therefore, our toolkit has to evolve as well. Besides the actual linear Double Diamond we had before, we're adding a bit more fluidity, and we're actually incorporating the principal level bits which are required for design work to happen. For example, without connections and relationships within organization or within the community, you're never going to be able to design or redesign anything. You're just going to be applying your immediately rudimentary solutioning skills and creating, let's say, mock-ups for apps and things of that nature, which ultimately might solve the immediate itch for a business owner or a stakeholder, a partner, but not necessarily gonna help out the users that much or kind of send a positive ripple effect so that the system overall or community overall improves and it's sustainable. And I've seen so many designers, especially more junior or budding designers, who jump into the weeds too quick without actually helping businesses or teams, design organizations to set the vision, running for immediate idea instead of realizing exactly what that end goal, that sustainable end goal could look like, and helping to visualize again for the business, for the stakeholders, so they understand exactly why certain design decisions are being made. Now, leadership and storytelling is a no-brainer, but it's been missing from the actual Double Diamond. We kind of assumed that if you plow ahead, just going through those linear steps, somehow we're going to arrive at like a story which makes sense, or like we're going to be leaders just because we apply the framework. It doesn't work that way. You kind of need to hone in on your leadership skills and storytelling skills, because that's kind of like a UX 101 or user research 101 or product design 101. However you want to skin it, you must improve those skills. And the last bit, the last segment is continuing the journey. And as you can see, then it slices the double diamond into chunks, and you kind of are able to reflect exactly where you're applying the most of those things, because you must be, let's say, leader and storyteller throughout it, but most probably are going to interlink in this middle part. And so you might notice as well that explore, reframe, create, catalyze are a bit different than this typical double diamond. That's because they're intentionally more fluid in language for you to easier accept that you're here. You know, you're not just done with, let's say, exploration or what was discovery back in the day, and now you're in ideation, because it all permeates. And another thing is to realize that it's all circular. That to enable both exploration, reframing, create, and catalyze, you must employ enough of a principal level segments, and you're gonna need to set the vision, build trust, relationships, stuff which have been hammering for so long that it must be on your like a priority list number one. Be a leader and a storyteller, and then keep on continuing, keeping on the stuff you are already doing, because again, UX is never done. It's just done enough or done for now, as one of the videos, again, just to plug quickly. Now, the last one to pull out and quickly highlight, I think is super important, is what does the new designer mean in this new world and in this new framework? Let's say if you would just take the systemic design framework and you go with it. I like that the Design Council highlights the, I guess, 4 ribbons or maybe hats a designer would wear, but it's basically that you are gonna need to connect and be a convener in the message, that you need to be a leader and a storyteller, that you need to be a systems thinker first and then designer and a maker. And even if I make it a bit linear, like from one to another, it's not really like that. It's just that you realize that, let's say, making or, you know, visualizing or solutionizing things is 1/4 of the pie. And now if you start developing those skills, you're gonna be much more successful designer and a maker. That's why a lot of designers struggle these days, even to get into UX, because they don't realize that the other bits might be missing in their portfolios, in their resumes, in their skill set, how they communicate and portray themselves, or how they appear in the interviews. You might just, you know, gloss over those things, but that's exactly what makes designers stand out, to be that holistic systems levels thinker. Because if you do without, then you're gonna just design in isolations and they're gonna fall flat. You're not gonna be as impactful or fit for purpose for this day and age. And so what do you think about it? Are you gonna apply it? Leave a comment down below. And if it's totally new to you, make sure to check out my previous video on the double diamond itself, where I break it down and kind of simplify exactly how to start applying it. So on that note, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you next time.